Nestled in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee is Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. They say it's really haunted, so of course we visit it. Stay tuned as I share our adventure and a Photoshop overview about bringing out the horror in ghostly images. One photo in mind that I really wanted to do, and I settled on this area where the light was coming from one side and the door would frame my model. I used myself as a human tripod because I don't like carrying a lot of gear through places like this. So I leaned against the wall across from my model. I set my camera settings at a slower shutter speed to capture the motion, which was ISO 100, f-stop of 4.5, and a 0.6 shutter speed. And I took 3 images, one image with her facing the light, and several other images with her turning her head where I captured the motion, and chose these 3 images to bring into Photoshop and do some color toning. Here's an overview of how I edited the final image. So I came into Photoshop, and I want to say, when you're doing things like this, always get an image without the model. So this is my first image, no model. It really helps to have this. And then this way, if you want to make the model a little bit transparent or whatever, you want to bring something from the background, you've got that information. And then I took this image, which is with her head moving. I took this image, which is another moving one, and you can see they're blended. And I took this image, which is her looking to the light. So I blended these 3 together, and then I put it all into a group. So I've got them in this group, and I also took away, if you look at this layer mask, I took away a little bit of the bottom to give some transparency down here. And yes, you're right, nothing in this image is in focus, and for this kind of work, it works. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding contrast and color toning. So I add a black and white layer, and I change it to soft light, and then I decided that this window was entirely too bright. So I added a layer, and I just stamped and cloned and removed it, and I really do think that makes a huge difference. From here, I went into alien skin exposure, and I added one of their color toning, which is the Jaws color shift. And I was really happy with this color toning, but I hate how bright this is. This is just killing me. So I added a layer, and I just threw on a darker layer and just put it at 32% opacity so that it would just start darkening. I'm still not happy. Now I've gone ahead and added another curves layer, and you could see in the curves layer here that I'm playing with the blues and the greens, and I'm playing with the overall contrast, but I'm still not happy. So I added a dodge and burn layer, and I darkened down this side even more, and this is getting better. But now I feel like the image is too red, so I removed some red using a hue and saturation. And now I just went back into curves and added some contrast. And that's it. It's a very simple edit, no cutouts, a little bit of masking, and a lot of color toning. So that's it. That's our adventure at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. It's a really interesting place if you want to spend an afternoon and you happen to be in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. I will see you in 2 weeks, and enjoy the spooky Halloween season. Bye-bye.